There is a silent language in high-quality leather that only a man of experience can truly hear. While the masses chase the fleeting sparkle of the new, the distinguished man seeks the depth of the aged. A leather Holdall or a pair of bespoke boots isn't just a purchase. It is the beginning of a legacy. For a man over 50, leather is more than a materiality, is a faithful witness. It absorbs the sun of distant travels and the pressure of a steady hand, turning every scuff into a story that only he can tell. This is the heart of quiet luxury, an aesthetic that doesn't scream for attention but grows more profound with every passing decade. It's not about owning an object, it's about wearing your history. Chapter 1. The Patina of Authority. In the quiet wood-paneled rooms where true influence resides, the loudest object is rarely the most respected. For a man over 50, a brand-new, factory-perfect leather briefcase can often signal a lack of history. It suggests a beginning rather than a journey. In the world of old money, we look for something else, the patina. This is the rich, darkened glow that high-quality leather develops only after years of dedicated use. It is a visual record of a life well lived, a map of experiences that cannot be bought in a boutique or manufactured in a laboratory. Think of the handle of a well-worn Holdall. Over time, the oils from your skin and the friction of your grip darken the leather, turning it into a deep, burnished mahogany. These marks are not flaws, they are the signatures of authority. They speak of decades of commutes, of rain-soaked streets in London, and of golden afternoons in the Tuscan sun. When a man over 50 carries a bag with an earned patina, he tells the world that he does not fear the passage of time. He has mastered it. He values substance over surface and character over convenience. To achieve this level of sophistication, one must understand the anatomy of the material. Most modern leather is corrected, sanded down to remove imperfections, and coated in a layer of plastic-like pigment. It looks perfect on day one, but it ages poorly, cracking and peeling like a mask. The man of design seeks the opposite: full-grain, vegetable-tanned leather. This is the gold standard of quiet luxury. This leather is tanned using natural extracts from tree bark and plants, a process that takes weeks rather than hours. Because it remains organic, it continues to breathe, to absorb the environment, and to evolve alongside its owner. When you choose a piece of heritage leather, you are entering into a long-term partnership. It requires patience. You must be willing to let the leather endure the elements. You must allow it to develop its unique character, its soul. This mirrors the evolution of the man himself. By the age of 50, a man has his own patina: the fine lines around his eyes, the graying at his temples, the steady weight of his voice. There is a profound visual harmony when a man over 50 carries a bag that has aged with the same grace and resilience as he has. This is the ultimate cheat code of the mature physique and the old money aesthetic. It isn't about wearing the most expensive brand. It's about wearing the most honest material. An untucked, flimsy synthetic bag creates visual drag, dragging down your authority. But a structured, well-aged leather piece provides a focal point of stability. It anchors your silhouette, giving you a sense of gravity and presence that no logo can ever provide. Stop looking for perfection in the new. Start seeking the authority in the aged. Respect the leather, respect the process, and let your legacy be written in the very grain of what you carry. Chapter 2. The Essential Trio. If Chapter 1 was about the philosophy of time, Chapter 2 is about the architecture of choice. For the man over 50, a wardrobe should not be a collection of trends, but a curated assembly of high-functioning icons. In the realm of leather, there are 3 specific pieces that act as the structural anchors of a sophisticated life. These are not merely accessories. They are the tools of a man who understands that luxury is felt before it is seen. We call this the Essential Trio: the Heritage Holdall, the Suede Loafer, and the signature belt. The first pillar is the Heritage Holdall. In a world of plastic, motorized suitcases that rattle through airport terminals, the leather holdall stands as a monument to intentional travel. When a man over 50 carries a full-grain leather weekender, his silhouette changes. There is a weight, a gravity, and a sense of purpose. Unlike a suitcase, a holdall is an extension of the arm, moving with the body's natural rhythm. It tells the world that you are not just a passenger, you are a traveler who values the journey as much as the destination. The holdall should be unstructured yet substantial, crafted from thick, supple hide that settles into a beautiful, slumped shape when placed on a car seat or a hotel bench. It is the ultimate statement of quiet luxury. It doesn't need a logo to announce its arrival. Its quality is evident in the way the light catches the natural grain. The second pillar is the Suede Loafer. While polished calfskin speaks of the boardroom, suede speaks of the weekend villa and the afternoon gallery walk. For the mature man, suede is the ultimate, if you know, you know material. It possesses a matte, textured finish that absorbs light rather than reflecting it, providing a soft, nuanced contrast to the crisp lines of a tailored trouser. A chocolate or snuff-colored suede loafer is perhaps the most versatile weapon in a man's arsenal. It bridges the gap between formal and casual with effortless grace. Because suede is inherently more flexible and breathable than smooth leather, it offers a level of comfort that respects the wearer's needs while maintaining a sharp, athletic silhouette. It is the footwear of a man who is comfortable in his own skin and doesn't feel the need to shine for attention. The final pillar is the signature belt. Often overlooked, the belt is the invisible anchor of the golden ratio. It is the horizontal line that defines the waist and connects the torso to the legs. However, the old money approach to the belt is one of absolute subtlety. It should never be a billboard for a brand. Instead, it should be a quiet echo of your footwear. A 30mm to 35mm width in a material that matches the texture of your shoes. Smooth leather for smooth leather, suede for suede, creates a seamless visual flow. A solid brass or brushed silver buckle, simple and understated, provides the final touch of structural integrity. When these 3 elements work in harmony, they create a visual language of stability. They provide the points of contact that tell the story of your standard of living. By investing in these 3 icons, you are not just buying leather. You are establishing the foundation of a legacy that will only become more beautiful as you continue to move through the world with purpose. Chapter 3. The Art of Texture Mixing. To master the language of leather is to understand the silent dialogue between different surfaces. In the world of old money and quiet luxury, the most sophisticated outfits are never the result of a rigid, matchy-matchy synchronization. One of the most common errors a man over 50 can make is the obsession with perfect uniformity, wearing a belt, shoes, and briefcase that look like they were cut from the exact same hide on the exact same day. This creates a look that is robotic, overly intentional, and ultimately lacks the effortless grace known as sprezzatura. True style intelligence lies in the art of texture mixing. A man of experience understands that harmony is superior to symmetry. When you mix textures, you create a sense of visual depth that draws the eye without needing the distraction of loud patterns or prominent logos. Imagine the interplay between a pair of rich, dark chocolate suede loafers and a smooth, semi-gloss calfskin leather belt in a similar shade. The suede absorbs the ambient light, providing a soft, matte foundation, while the smooth leather of the belt reflects it, creating a subtle focal point at the waist. This contrast tells the world that your wardrobe was curated over time, not purchased in a single, uninspired afternoon. It suggests a man who has traveled, collected, and understood the nuance of quality. Consider the pebbled grain, often found on heritage briefcases or rugged boots. The irregular, raised surface of grain leather adds a layer of masculinity and resilience to an outfit. When paired with the velvet-like softness of a suede jacket or a smooth leather watch strap, it creates a balanced silhouette that feels both grounded and refined. For the mature physique, these textural variations provide a structural advantage. They break up the monotony of a solid-colored outfit, providing visual anchors that define your shape and give your presence a sense of gravity. The secret to successful mixing is staying within the same color family while varying the finish of the leather. If you are wearing dark brown, you can combine espresso-toned pebbled leather with tobacco-toned suede. This creates a tonal resonance that feels cohesive but never boring. You are using the science of light and shadow to establish your authority. A man over 50 who understands how to mix a rugged leather Holdall with a pair of elegant, thin-soled loafers demonstrates a high level of style literacy. He knows that his clothing should look like a natural extension of his life, a life that is multifaceted, textured, and rich with history. Ultimately, texture mixing is about confidence. It is the refusal to hide behind the safety of a uniform. It is a strategic decision to let the quality of the materials speak for themselves. When you stop trying to match everything perfectly, you allow your personality to breathe through your clothes. You transition from being a man who is wearing an outfit to a man who is commanding a room. Respect the grain, embrace the contrast, and let the subtle tension between smooth and rough, matte and shine, become the hallmark of your personal legacy. Chapter 4. The Ritual of Care. In a modern culture obsessed with the convenience of the disposable, the act of preservation is a radical form of rebellion. For the man over 50, luxury is not defined by how much he can buy, but by how much he can maintain. The greatest leather goods in the world, those crafted from the finest vegetable-tanned hides, are not immortal. They are organic. They require a steward. This brings us to the most intimate part of the leather legacy, the ritual of care. This is not a chore to be outsourced or a task to be rushed. It is a meditative practice, a moment of quiet reflection that separates the man of substance from the man of mere means. When you sit down on a Sunday afternoon to condition a pair of heritage boots or a decades-old briefcase, you are engaging in a silent dialogue with history. You are honoring the animal that provided the hide and the artisan who spent weeks shaping it. The tools of this ritual are as important as the leather itself. A man of design avoids the chemical-heavy synthetic sprays found in supermarkets. Instead, he seeks out the natural. Horsehair brushes with a specific stiffness, creams enriched with beeswax and shea butter, and soft cotton cloths that have seen years of service. There is a profound tactile satisfaction in the scent of cedar and wax, and in the rhythmic sound of a brush across a textured surface. This ritual is a metaphor for the man himself. By the age of 50, you understand that nothing of value stays beautiful without attention. To care for your leather is to care for your foundations. When you apply a high-quality cream to a parched leather surface, you aren't just preventing cracks. You are feeding the material, allowing it to remain supple and resilient against the elements. You are ensuring that the patina we discussed in Chapter 1 continues to develop with depth and grace. A man who polishes his own shoes or conditions his own travel bag demonstrates a level of self-respect that is unmistakable. He understands that the state of his belongings is a direct reflection of the state of his mind. There is also a deeper, generational weight to this ritual. In the world of old money, we do not simply own objects. We look after them for the next generation. A leather holdall that has been meticulously maintained for 30 years carries a gravity that a new bag can never possess. It is saturated with the memories of journeys, yet it remains structurally sound because of the intentionality of its owner. When you finally pass that piece down to a son or a grandson, you aren't just giving them a bag. You are giving them a lesson in stewardship. You are showing them that quality, when respected, is timeless. Mastering the ritual of care is the final step in commanding your own geometry. It ensures that your essential trio remains sharp and supportive, rather than sagging into neglect. It transforms your wardrobe from a collection of items into a living legacy. Stop treating maintenance as a burden. Embrace it as a privilege. Respect the material, invest the time, and allow the quiet discipline of the ritual to become the hallmark of your character. A man who values the past is the only one truly equipped to lead the future. Gentlemen, at the end of the day, true style is not measured by the speed of consumption, but by the weight of your choices. For a man over 50, your leather goods are a silent declaration of your journey. They provide the gravitas that no temporary trend can offer. Do not hide behind logos or settle for the flimsy convenience of the modern world. Instead, curate a collection of materials that respect your age and honor your history. When you invest in heritage leather, you are designing a legacy that remains steadfast as the seasons fade. Stop dressing by accident. Start dressing by design. Let the grain of what you carry reflect the strength of who you are. Stand tall, embrace the patina, and move through the world with the quiet authority of a man who knows exactly what he stands for.